Kandia with Kandia Haynesworth Designs, and thank you so much for joining in on Behind the Stitches, a series that is still in the process of being developed. However, I wanted to get this video out to you because it is a safety plan video, and this is something that is very dear to my heart. This is something that is very important, especially as the holidays draw near. Some of you may know or may not know that my family suffered the untimely death of my mom this past summer due to COVID-19. This video was made specifically after watching a series of videos and observing pictures that were posted on social media from this party that my mother had attended. So all the things that I saw that could have been done, they didn't do. So I wanted to make sure that this was included in this safety plan, because if it could prevent the spread of COVID-19 in your family's environment and maybe save your mom's life or maybe one of your family members' lives, then it is worth it. And so my mother basically attended a party in the summertime, tested positive for COVID-19 1 week later, and was dead 2 weeks later. And so once again, after I saw the videos and pictures posted on the internet, I saw a series of safety precautions that were not in place. And so hopefully, by me providing this safety plan for you, for your family gatherings, especially while we are still in the middle of a global pandemic, you will take heed to this, and you will save it, share it, talk about it, and put something in place. Because if you only consider this, this could save your life and the life of one of your family members. And also just keep this in mind. If you don't plan to be safe, then you are planning to be unsafe. So let's take a look at the safety plan that I have created for you all. Okay, so you're going to log on to my website, which is www.kandiahaynesworth.com. You're going to click on the YouTube link, and it's going to be located at the top right under where my name or my banner is. Once you click on that YouTube link, you're going to be transferred to the page where you will see the large YouTube icon. You're going to scroll down to the bottom of the page, and you're going to click on Safety Plan. Once you click on Safety Plan, you're going to see it. Now, here is where you can copy and paste it. You can copy and save it. You can have it with you on your phone. You can have it with you in your computer. You can send it to anyone you want to send it to so they can have it too. One thing I would like to point out is that I never ask for any of my viewers, fans, subscribers, followers, whatever you want to categorize yourself, anyone who watch my videos, I never ask for anyone to share my videos. I am begging you, pleading with you to share this one. This is a safety plan. It's for family gatherings, and you can use this throughout the year. For any reason, as long as we are in the middle of this pandemic, this could possibly save your life. So I am asking you to share this. You don't have to like it, but just share the video. Share the safety plan. Share a copy of the image. Send it to everyone in your email. Just share it, share it, share it, share it, share it. I wish I had the safety plan in June. All right, before my mother contracted COVID-19 in July, I wish I had this safety plan in place. And so let's take a look at it. Kandia Haynesworth Designs Limited Liability Company presents the safety plan for family gatherings. And this was created this month, November 2020, so it is current. And one of the things that I would like to point out is that the safety items listed in this safety plan are all under $20, and you can purchase them at Amazon. I have included the blue links below. And so you can start shopping right now, right after we go over the safety plan. So I want to talk about what is the best safety plan for your family gathering. So honestly, the best safety plan for your family gathering is going to be not to have a family gathering at all. And so I just want you to keep in mind that none of us are exempt from COVID-19. Everyone can get it as long as it's in the air, and as long as we don't have a vaccine for it, we can all get it. But you don't have to increase your chances of getting it. Right? So I know some people say, I'm going to live my life. I get it. But once you consider doing things that you don't necessarily have to do, that means that you have increased your chances of catching COVID-19. And that's what happened here with my mom. My mom probably would have caught it somewhere else. Who knows? She went to the doctor and the grocery store, but that's not what happened here. We had family members come down from New York, Pennsylvania, up from Florida, all to North Carolina to where my mom was, right? And so that means that her chances were increased substantially because she had members from our family coming in from 3 different states to where she was in a 4th state. The best plan that my family could have had was for everyone to stay home. That would have reduced the chances of my mom catching COVID, and that didn't happen. But if you are going to have a family gathering, here's what you can do. I would suggest that you send out a mass communication, text message, email, or call everyone and express your clear expectation for honoring your safety rules in your home or at your gathering. Ask your family members to bring their mask and plan to wear them throughout the gathering. Send this message or this kind of communication days or a week before the gathering. Okay, so you want to make sure that everybody is clear on what the rules are. So this way, no one is upset. They can make a decision if they are going to attend or not. You know, they can make a decision, and then you can do a final head count, and maybe you can save some money on maybe not buying extra this and extra that if you know that you may have a smaller crowd. Number 3. Contactless temperature check at the door with a digital thermometer on the forehead. And that means everyone gets a temperature check, including the babies, okay? Because even though they're not dying from COVID, it doesn't mean that they can't spread it. I have provided a link for you to purchase a digital thermometer on the forehead from Amazon.com. And the digital thermometer that I have provided for you in this link is under $20. Okay, and so the next thing that you can do is provide disposable masks. Now, I know that you are asking everyone to bring their mask, but people forget. People forget and things happen, like a mask may drop on the floor or it may pop. You don't want to have anyone in your home with an excuse of why they can't be safe. So you want to make sure that you have masks available to distribute in the event that you have someone who, for some reason, do not have a mask. And once again, I have provided the link, and the masks are under $20. Number 5, hand sanitizer at the door, on the tables, and on the countertops. Everywhere that people are going to be, you want to make sure that they have every reason to continue to be safe. Okay, and I have provided the link for you at Amazon, and Amazon have a variety of hand sanitizer options. You can buy the big, large pump. You can buy the small pocket size ones as you can kind of give away as souvenirs, or you can plant them around. You can buy the tabletop pumps. So there's absolutely no reason not to have hand sanitizer because there's a wide variety available for you at Amazon.com. Antibacterial wipes at the door, on the tables, and on the countertops. Now, I gotta tell you, this is probably a better option than hand sanitizer. Some people actually prefer to use antibacterial wipes over hand sanitizer. But if you are on a budget and you can't buy both, I would suggest that you get the antibacterial wipes, because at least you can wipe off surfaces. You can wipe off doorknobs. You can wipe off the remote control, a light switch. You can use antibacterial wipes on everything outside of wiping your hands. And so, once again, you want to have this everywhere, all the touch point areas where people are going to be. You can have antibacterial wipes. And I have provided the link for you at Amazon.com for you to go over there and grab you some. And then the next thing is going to be food serving and a plan to do this safely. And so if you are going to have a buffet style food spread, okay, do not have one spoon for the mac and cheese for everyone to share while serving themselves. All right. And so the party that my mom attended, they had a beautiful spread. My family cooks well. They are very clean women. So everything was clean on the table and well presented. But they really forgot about the fact that we were in the heart of a global pandemic. And so under normal circumstances, it would have been acceptable for them to have this spread presented the way they did. However, they had about 40 people at this party. All right. At minimum, they had 20 people at this party. And it was much more than 20 people. But I'm just saying they had so many people at this party, even if they had 10 people at this party, which we know that they had more. But if it was 10 people at this party, it would have been too many people to share one spoon for the mac and cheese on a self-serving buffet style spread. And so you don't want to put yourself in a position where you are encouraging unsafe behavior. So to do that, simply order disposable utensils. You can order disposable utensils. And if you think that that might be a little pricey, you want to know what is even more cost effective, providing disposable gloves for serving. All right. So if you have one spoon on each table or each pan of food, you can have a box of disposable gloves planted. And guess what? These are not the rubber gloves. So these are not something that's going to irritate your skin. These are usually one size fits all. So whether you have a small hand or a large hand, you don't have to worry. It usually can fit. And they are very thin because they are made for a one-time use. And you get a lot. And once again, they are not expensive at all. And yes, I have provided the link for disposable gloves for serving food. If you plan on using one utensil per pan of food, this is going to be your best option. And if you are on a limited budget, this is probably going to be a better option as well versus buying disposable utensils. So photos. Group selfies with mask on. No group selfies at all if they do not want to wear their mask, period. Because if you think about it, if you are shoulder to shoulder taking a selfie without a mask while the person standing next to you is exhaling, you are inhaling. People are not going to give you COVID intentionally, whether it be a family member, a coworker, a friend, a neighbor, anyone. No one is going to give you COVID-19 intentionally. They will not know or may not know that they have COVID-19. And so that's why it should always be a plan to protect yourself, period, and protect them, period. And so if people do not want to have a mask on, then there should be no group selfies at all. And you want to know a better option than group selfies? Video recording. Video recording on your phone is much safer, especially if you are encouraging social distancing. And guess what? You are still getting the opportunity to record memories with your family. All right. And then the last thing that I want to point out is ventilation. If possible, have a door open. And if possible, have the back door and the front door open. And I know that we all have different living situations. Some of us have apartments and other different environments. Well, if nothing else, then have a window or windows open for air circulation. You want to constantly have the air circulating, getting that fresh air in and that air that everyone else is breathing out. So you want to do whatever you can to encourage that kind of air circulation happening in the environment that you are in. Now, this safety plan, if you purchase the things that I have suggested from Amazon, is going to cost you under $80 plus effort, which could equal possibly saving you and your family members' lives. So now let's do a fact check. Number one, a safety plan is cheaper than a funeral. This safety plan is cheaper than a funeral. So I know that we all are on budgets, and I know that you probably have mapped out everything already, what you're going to do, what you're going to buy. But if you have not planned for a safety plan, then you got it wrong. And I'm going to tell you why, because we are still in the middle of a global pandemic. All right. And so if you have planned your menu, what you're going to cook or who's going to bring what liquor you're going to buy, if you're going to go to the bakery store, and you have not planned to be safe, think about how much sense that doesn't make. Right? And please, I am begging you, just try to figure it out. Even if you don't have the extra $80, maybe you can buy the mask, and maybe your cousin can buy the antibacterial wipes. And if you're doing a potluck anyway for Thanksgiving, then just add that to the list. Okay. So maybe y'all can split up the items, but have some kind of plan in place, because I am telling you, a funeral is much more expensive than this safety plan. Number two, COVID-19 claimed the life of the beloved May Carter, which was my mom and the mom to 4 of my siblings, okay? And I got to tell you once again, she attended a family gathering. She tested positive for COVID-19 1 week later and was dead 2 weeks later. Literally, that is the way it happened. And videos and photos posted on social media confirmed that my family did not practice the safety precautions that I am talking about. And so you did not see masks provided at the door. They had a video footage of, the whole party starting to take place, and there was no mask at the door. There was no hand sanitizer at the door. There was no antibacterial wipes at the door. There was no antibacterial wipes on the table. There was no hand sanitizer on the table. There was one utensil. You didn't see many utensils on the pans of food. So there was no place. You saw group selfies with no mask on. When you are taking a selfie, COVID-19 is not going to wait to get into your lungs. It's not going to wait to get into your nostrils. And so you are taking a chance. All right. And so I just want to point that out, that, these things is not things that I am making up. It is things that I saw for myself. And when I saw these photos posted before my mom even tested positive, after she went to the party, and I saw these photos and these videos posted, my heart dropped. Because just the idea of the environment, it's just still, it shakes my core to my soul when I even think about it now. All right. So just know that this is what, I'm not just here making a video. This is my life. This is something that I have lived through, and I don't have a mom anymore. And I'm just trying to share my story, share my mother's story, so you don't have to go through what my family have been through. Fact check number 3, family members choosing to attend your gathering and are allowed to be unsafe can put other family members in the position of having to choose a funeral home weeks later. And so that's what happened. Okay, and so if we had to really look at the timeline, that's exactly what happened. My mom attended a party on July 24th. She tested positive on July 31st. My mom was dead by August 13th. That's what happened. That's what happened. Now, it could be that, family members were arriving for this party before July 24th. They were arriving, July 20th. And, they were arriving July 23rd. And they were arriving days before the party actually happened. But if there was no party at all, they wouldn't have had any reason to travel to North Carolina. All right. And so just consider that. And now, if somebody does come to your house that you invite them to because you're having a gathering, and you don't provide a safe environment, and you don't express to everyone what the expectations of being safe in your home is, then you are responsible. You are responsible. And if you see someone in your home being unsafe, they don't get to choose to be unsafe in your home. Many said, well, she chose to come to the party. She chose not to wear a mask. And they may be right. But had someone who owned that home, there was a man and a woman, okay? The woman is related to me, who had said, auntie, we wear masks here, auntie. I don't want you getting sick. Had someone even just cared enough, then I probably would have a mom. I probably wouldn't, because God does have the final say so. But at least make an effort. People do not get to come in your home and do what they want to do. You set the tone, and the tone needs to be, if you are here, we are gathering, you have to be safe, period. Fact check number 4, COVID-19 is airborne. It is deadly. It spreads easily, especially in environments where safety precautions are disregarded. Families should take care of each other and offer help. And so once again, if you see someone being unsafe, correct them. Remind them what they agreed to, because you are going to send out that mass communication, whether it's text message or you're going to call them. You're going to send out that mass communication. And you're going to remind them, remember, we're going to be wearing masks here. And the next thing is to offer help. And that's the one thing that I didn't do. I didn't call my family members outside of my mom. My mom knew clearly that I was totally against this party, totally against her attending this party. My sisters also knew that I thought that this was like the most stupid thing in the world, right? But what I didn't do was extend my concern to other family members. I could have offered help. I could have developed this plan in June. And if I had of, maybe I could have reached out to my cousin and said, hey, what's your safety plan? And she said, oh, girl, I didn't even think of it one because I'm planning the party. I could have said, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to go on Amazon and I'm going to order these things for you and I'm going to send them to your home. I could have offered help. Even though I had no plans on going, I knew my mother was going. I could have offered my help. And so don't be in a position where you are like me. You know that something is foolish, but there's nothing that you can do about it. And you sit back and you complain and you don't offer help. Offer help. The last thing that I want to point out is plan ahead. Plan ahead to keep surfaces clean during the gathering. And so if you know that you're going to have multiple people, don't wait until everyone's there to start cleaning up and keeping everything clean. Assign someone, okay, you on table duty. You're going to keep the tables clean. You on counter duty. You on doorknob duty. You're going to keep all the surfaces clean. So this way you're not put in a position where you're kind of sweeping under people's feet. Not doing anything like that, but you just want to plan ahead. This way you're not overwhelmed or you're not frustrated, because now you're trying to still keep a clean environment where everybody is playing and talking and the kids are running back and forth. Just plan ahead. Plan ahead. We all are in this together. So it's not like you're going to be the one that's pointed out for acting funny. Nope, because you're in the middle of a pandemic and they are in the middle of a pandemic and we're just trying to keep everybody safe. All right, and so once again, this safety plan can be found at candiahaynesworth.com. I will post the link below. And so the link that I am going to post, as a matter of fact, will take you directly here. And you can copy and paste this. You can save it to your phone, save it to your computer. And I am asking everyone, begging, pleading with everyone to share this video. You don't have to like it. I know some people are not going to like this, but at least share it, because even if you don't think that this safety plan can help you, maybe it can help someone else that you know that you love, right? And if you are a person who is watching this video and you are offended, good. I hope you are. I hope you are so offended that you feel compelled to have this conversation with someone. Like, how dare she have the nerve to have this video, post this video up? How dare she? I hope that conversation is had, because it's still a little bit more than what I did with my mom. I didn't have the conversation about what I could do to keep her safe while I was 6 states away, knowing that there was going to be a party. I didn't know that the party was going to be unsafe, but at least I could have found out. And I didn't do that. I didn't find out until it was too late, but I could have called my cousin. I could have called my cousin and offered my help, or said, girl, I'll develop a safety plan for you. So this way, at least I could have made some kind of effort to help my family, and possibly it could have saved my mother's life. And so I really hope that you all hear my cry and you hear my plea. And I really hope that you take what I am saying seriously. This is my life. Those of you who think COVID is not real and it's fake news, I can tell you one thing. Seeing my mother in that casket, nothing was fake about that. Nothing. So as you all can see, I am still grieving the loss of my mom, and I am still hurting tremendously over her death. It still angers me when I think about what happened. It hurts me deeply, excuse me, that my mother was in an environment where she thought she was safe, and she had no reason to think otherwise because she was with her family. And it is very upsetting that amongst all of those people, no one thought, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this isn't a good idea. And COVID-19 ran rampant through my family. She wasn't the only one who caught COVID-19. My sister even confirmed that it ran rampant through her house. She confirmed that 4 out of 5 people came down with COVID-19 in her home. Well, she was also one of these people that said she wasn't wearing a mask and she wasn't going to be prisoner in her own home to COVID-19. And so when you have a person that is outright telling you what they're not doing and they're not wearing a mask, then what happens is, if my mother is in that environment, she's not going to demand that my mother wear a mask, nor is she going to demand that people that come to her home wear a mask. And that's what happened. And so there are so many things that could have been done to prevent this from happening, but it's too late for my family. It's too late for my mom, but it's not too late for yours. So if you can just take this plan, the safety plan, and consider it, just read it over, tweak it, do whatever you can to protect your family. And don't keep quiet. If a family member is having a party and you think that it's a foolish thing in the middle of a pandemic, just talk to them, offer to help them. All right. And so tell them my story, tell them my mother's story. All right. Whatever I can do to get it through to all of you, how this has literally shaken my life upside down and my soul to the core. I don't know what else to say or do. The only thing I can do is honor my mom and continue to talk about her story and what happened to her to prevent this from happening to someone else. And that's all I have for you today. This is not a video that I expect to get any likes. This is not a video to like. This is just something that could possibly save your life. Please don't look at a situation like it will just be us at the Thanksgiving or the Christmas dinner or the New Year's party. My mom said those words to me. It was just us. It was just us. Even after the party, my mom distinctively said it was just us. And who knew that 3 weeks later, you know who would be at her funeral? Just us.